Hey, this is Matt from I Hike Around. This is a video response to Crockett 20's Ribz Contest. Thank you, Crockett, for having the contest. The question was, what was your best time spent up in the mountains? Well, one of the best times we had, Kimmy and I, was actually going out and meeting up with Snow and Lady Lobo. They have their own channel. We met them in Bryce Canyon. That was probably one of our best times ever. But Crockett, you said up in the mountains, so I can't talk about that particular time. There was another time that I met Walden Works, but also that was not up in the mountains. Sepp from from Austria, we went and met him. Great time. And it's always really good to find people on the internet that share your same passion in hiking and going outdoors. And those were unbelievable experiences. We had such fun with both of them. Let me tell you about the two hikes that I will consider to be probably our best experiences ever up in the mountains. Kimmy and I, we went to this place in the Dolomites, which is in Italy, and we had just come out of a small hike, and we decided to go on right across from the hotel where we were staying. It was like a little hotel, and we were like, oh, let's just try this little path leading right up front. So we wound up going, and it was unbelievable. We could not believe what we were experiencing. I think those are the best hikes, the ones that you don't have huge expectations. You're just happy to be out, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll try it, it's cool. And that was probably the case with this particular hike. Really great footage. I'll roll that in here, and it was just unbelievable. And no one was out. That was the best part. Okay, so the best hike that Kim and I have ever been on, or been on the outdoors. This is a hike in Switzerland, and I'll tell you the truth. I was going there. Yeah, I thought it would be nice, but it was absolutely blown away by what we experienced. First of all, this wasn't supposed to be an epic hike because you had to take a gondola to get to the top. So I was like, alright, that's cool. Alright, cool, we'll take a gondola. And that's one of those cable cars that you go up. So we get up to the top there, and it was cold. We were about 9,000 feet or so, and we were covered in clouds. So that was nice, but we couldn't see anything. And then slowly the clouds started to fade away. And as Kim and I started to hike down, first of all, it was unreal. It was just so beautiful everywhere you looked. And then as we were hiking down, we found this. It was places that were death-defying as well. Couldn't believe it. A lot of Europeans come over to America to hike because of the openness. So I thought there would be a lot of restrictions, and everyone that I have ever met said, "Oh yeah, we come here because you're less restricted." Well, I understand what they're talking about. You got to stay on the trail, and if you don't stay on the trail, you basically die because you fall off the trail, and it's just like cliffs everywhere. We found this small little area. It was a small little patch of greenery. We wound up setting up camp there. We had a nice little meal. We had beautiful mountains, nobody around. We were able to really experience and get the whole really just seep it all in, and just stayed there for an hour or so eating and just enjoying the spot. The hike was just fantastic. I was not expecting it, and I think that's why it was so good. It's those hikes that you are like, oh yeah, that's cool, I'm just glad to be out, and all of a sudden it turns into one of those hikes where you're turning around and just every view and every vantage point, you're just like, wow, unbelievable. Alright, thanks Crockett for running the contest, and hope to see you around. Take care.